Welcome all you Plus 2 comedy modifiers to another episode of the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast. I'm your host as always, TV's Noah Houlihan, and before we get to our fantastic episode with Paul Falchetta of Griefers AFK, I got to tell you about a big announcement. You might notice that we haven't been really promoting any upcoming cons, but that's because we have been recording Game the Gamer. Yes, the Kickstarter was indeed successful and we have started filming. They're not going to come out for a while because, man, do they take a long time to create. But if you want more information on Game the Gamer and also for some upcoming Let's Plays that I've been doing, be sure to check out Plus 2 Comedy Gaming on YouTube. And now, without any further ado, take it away.
Hello. Who's ready for a podcast? That's usually better with people. Who's here to do other things currently being annoyed by a podcast? All right, cool. This is the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast coming to you live from Gamers Vault. That's 175 Route 70 in Medford, New Jersey. I'm your host, as always, TV's Noah Houlihan, joined by the Zod to my Kal-El, Mr. Will Liam. How you doing, Will?
I like that one. That one works. I'm not good.
No, Will is legitimately dying in front of our eyes.
I was ready to complain, and then you called me Zod, and I was like, I really like Zod. It was an interesting character. Yeah, I'm allergic to avocado, and I ate a big glob of avocado that was snuck into a burrito.
Well, I'm sorry. I hope you make it through this podcast. Because if you drop over dead, I'm not stopping.
No, you shouldn't. I wouldn't want you to.
All right, good. I wanted you to understand.
I had an uncle that died on stage. I think we've talked about this. Maybe not on the podcast.
Our guest this week.
He was a magician.
Let me at least.
Have I told you about my uncle that died?
Let me introduce him.
That story.
What? Did he reappear? No, that was why no one helped him. We'll introduce Paul, and then I'll tell the tragic story of my uncle's preventable death.
He's the creator of Griefers AFK, and also the new book that is being kickstarted right now, Hero of the Day. Please give it up for Paul Falchetta.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks so much for coming on and waiting so patiently for me to introduce you.
So my uncle was a magician, and he supposedly, according to family legend, had just finished his last trick. A rabbit out of the hat or something, and then just fell over from a heart attack, and people just applauded like crazy because they thought it was part of his weird act, and so no one called an ambulance for 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a lot of applause.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to go out.
Still committed to the bit.
I bet there was 10 minutes of, well, he's really doing it. It's boring now. I wish he'd leave.
So we usually start with an icebreaker question, but Will took over that segment with an
I'm
uncle
facing
story.
my own mortality right now, Noah. It's all I can think about.
Can you do it quicker? Because you just keep interrupting. Paul, do you have any weird uncle stories? Because apparently we're doing uncle stories.
My uncle died. It's an uncle death story.
I don't have any weird uncle stories.
That was way too specific. I was trying to...
You have any family members that died ironically?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh. Do you have some that you wish had? This is a weird...
No, not really. They're all okay.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. So, Griefers AFK, which is away from... Is it Griefers or Griefers?
Griefers.
It's Griefers.
You're such a fake nerd.
I'm a fake nerd. I knew this was going to happen. For idiots like me, explain the title of your webcomic.
Everybody keeps calling me a camper. Camping's great.
Well, Griefer is someone that plays video games online.
Yes.
And for the most part, they're jerks that, take pleasure in doing malicious stuff to other people, like, team kills and stealing loot and stuff like that. And AFK is just an acronym for away from keyboard.
Right.
Did you know that, Noah?
Yes, that part I knew.
So I just want to break it down for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
For our audience.
But so I mean, the title pretty much says it all. It's video game jerks that aren't playing video games. So it pretty much is what the guys do when they're not playing video games, which is working and other
and
life
being
stuff.
jerks in reality.
Yeah, and hating the work.
Gotcha.
It's just a comic about jerks?
Pretty much.
Huh. All right.
There's a lot of great comics about jerks.
I guess that's true.
Batman. And you're turning it into a actual book in Hero of the Day, right?
That's right. It's on Kickstarter right now. I believe I have 11 or 12 days left.
It was 11 last time I looked.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten much support, but that's all right.
Getting the +2 comedy bump.
Yeah. I try to keep the friends and family out of it because I want to see if I could do it by myself because I know they would all support me and donate and everything. But I try to do it on my own this time.
That's the incorrect way to go about it. Just because, like, I get that feeling, and we did a Kickstarter, and I had that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, you need the help of people who like you instead of being like, hey, I know you don't know who I am, but $100, please.
Yeah.
And trust that you'll like the thing.
We managed to do it because none of my family supported us.
No, your family hates us
because I didn't have enough time to explain to them what a Kickstarter was, what a web series is.
Yeah, there was a lot to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
But I've read some of the webcomic online. The bonus levels, I think it was.
Yeah, that's where Hero of the Day is under all the bonus stuff.
Oh, okay. So that's what's becoming the book.
Yeah, well, that's more like the one shot in between the story mode stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can see the nerd influence in all the stuff that you make.
Yeah.
Now, do you draw it all and write it all as well?
Yeah. I do everything.
Yeah.
Talented.
Yes. A one-man machine.
Yeah. Well, it started out. The 4 friends in the book were me and my friends at work.
Right.
And we would sit around at lunch all the time and just share stories about either stuff we experience in life or gaming and stuff like that. And we would all just sit around laughing. And then my buddy Joe, who's in the book, would turn to me like pretty much every day. He's like, "Man, we got to turn this into a comic book." And I just started doing it.
Not me, but you.
Yeah,
you that can draw.
Well, they all want to contribute at first, and then I would give them stuff to do, and they would just
go work. No. Yeah. I'm the idea guy.
So I pretty much carried on by myself and did everything. Built the website and draw. And
how long have you been doing it?
I think 3 years now.
Oh wow!
The first year I started, I put a few up, and I went to the Philly Wizard World. And,
okay.
I had a table there, and I had people come around and stuff, and I had Alan come with me, who's another character in the book, and he told me I should put some sketches out, so I went ahead and did that. And, a few people came around and bought some sketches and all, but they didn't care too much about the book.
Gotcha. I mean, it takes forever for anyone to really build that audience, because I know that when we still do cons, the people that really like us think that we're friends, and they're like, well, just give it to me for free because we're buddies. It's like, no,
help.
This is expensive to make. I need you to pay for this.
Right.
Please understand. But you're doing a great job in terms of merchandising. You already have stickers and magnets. So
thank you.
That's impressive.
Well, these were early bird rewards for the Kickstarter.
Okay.
I mean, you guys know how it worked. Once you hit the goal, you got some stretch goals. And
right.
I wanted to include something for the people, to entice them to come in. And I already have all this stuff printed out. So if, they sign on early, they would get the stickers and the magnets along with the stretch goals if we hit them.
That's a good idea that we didn't think of. So there were rewards just for donating early.
Right, yeah. That's what these were.
Yeah. Write that one down for the next time we do a Kickstarter. That is a great idea. So how long is the book going to be?
The Hero of the Day?
Yes.
On the website, I got 30 pages posted, and
Gotcha.
I added additional story to the book. Mm-hmm. So it's 44 pages for the Kickstarter, and for the printed version would be all 44 pages, and I would never put it on the website.
Gotcha.
Just so people would,
Yeah, to give it a more of a reason.
Right, yeah. More of a reason to buy it, but...
yes.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. Now, you said that Hero of the Day is the bonus.
Drugs.
As Will takes medicine to stay alive.
Mm-hmm. I'll get through this.
Is Griefers a continuous story?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to finish Hero of the Day and then maybe do another solo story.
Okay.
I do love horror and watching horror, so I was thinking about maybe some type of horror comedy thing after this one.
Okay.
And being from Jersey, I was also thinking about doing it with the Jersey Devil, so something along those lines, more of a Evil Dead 2 Cabin in the Woods type feel.
There hasn't been a good Jersey Devil thing
There hasn't.
like ever.
I remember there was a movie that came out quite a few years ago that was terrible. Something about...
I remember being told not to watch it.
Yeah, it was awful.
There was a ladybug.
I think so. I remember...
All right, good. It's the same movie. That's all I remember.
I remember the guy at the end was shouting something about glow bones or something like that, right?
Glow bones?
Yeah, it was,
Well, there was
terrible.
The Jersey Devil was like a shapeshifter or something.
Yeah.
It was not a good movie.
No, it doesn't sound good. And I remember there was a terrible PS1 game called The Jersey Devil.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Like I said, it was terrible. But yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't done anything real good with The Jersey Devil. So, yeah, jump on it. You could be the first to actually have something good come out of this.
I hope so.
And I'm guessing from the name that you used to play a lot of games online, or probably continue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I did pretty much everything you guys do.
Yeah.
D&D, a lot of comics and a lot of video games.
Awesome.
Growing
Perfect
up.
fit for the podcast.
Are you still online gaming?
Not so much anymore. My wife and I had my daughter a couple years ago.
Yeah, that'll really get in the way.
Yeah.
Can't have that profanity in the house.
Well, it doesn't leave much time for video games. So we just bought a Nintendo Switch for her, and so me and her.
For
For her, me mostly. But I mean, we play Mario Kart, and she loves that. So
How old's your daughter?
5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Kids are better at video games these days, I've noticed.
they really are.
They adapt immediately.
I hear kids love watching people play video games. So this seems like a good workout so that she can watch you play video
No,
games.
she doesn't like watching me. She likes playing herself.
She doesn't watch people play Minecraft online.
No.
I had a coworker the other day that wanted me to explain that to them. He was like, "I got a question. My sons watch people play Minecraft all day. Why do they do that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I can't answer this for you."
She does love her YouTube videos, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch a lot of people play video games on the internet. A lot. It's really good background noise, so I'm not going to make fun of
It's a phenomenon I've
it.
never gotten into. I don't like it.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Now be sure to watch Game the Gamer when it debuts,
yeah,
our
but that's
video
the thing,
game
there's
game
other
show.
stuff happening.
Okay. So we like to geek out on this show. We do it with the segment called What You Watching, What You Reading, What You Playing. It's where we talk about what we're watching, what we're reading, what we're playing. Paul, you're new to the group. What have you been watching?
I haven't really been watching any TV shows.
Okay.
Movies?
Movies. I've watched Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I haven't seen it
the other
yet.
week. It's good, man.
Yeah, you are missing out, man. It's really good.
I love Michael Keaton. He's so
I do
He's
too.
so awesome in
He's
that, dude.
phenomenal in
Yeah.
it.
And I also really like the Vulture. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man characters.
I think that was the first time I liked the Vulture was in that movie.
I've always thought he was awesome.
I don't know, for some reason I always liked Sandman.
I never liked Sandman.
No.
No, I know. I liked when Sandman and Hydro Man decided to become the same person, and they were just like, we've gotten the
We're Mudmen.
yeah, we're Mudman. we can do neither of the things we used to be able to do. Got the worst parts of both of us. But I love that in the beginning. It's Michael Keaton's like construction crew cleaning up New York from what happened. That is such a cool way to start that film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a killer movie, and I want to talk about it more, but someone hasn't seen it. So
Well, I'm not worried about spoilies if you guys want to talk about it.
okay. How good was that movie?
That was great.
Does Spider-Man die?
Spider-Man dies.
I hear he
pretty
dies in
upsetting.
Thor.
Yeah,
Is that
they
true?
just kill him. Yeah.
And the Hulk?
Yeah, they're
And it's
all
like
dead.
it just cuts away, and Spider-Man gets stabbed by a guy, and then it cuts back. And you're like, that was really weird.
Yeah, why
Except
did
it
they
wasn't
include
Tom
that?
Holland. It was Andrew Garfield, right?
Oh, yeah, they go through killing all the other Spider-Men.
This is a good movie.
Yeah, I'd actually really
write
like
that
to
one
watch
down
that.
too. Write that one down too. But they do like a great job of making it like an '80s teen comedy. Like it hits all those
Absolutely.
beats. It's
He felt
so
more like a
good.
teen in these movies than any other movie.
Yeah, especially like they pay homage to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then they're just watching it, which I thought was amazing. It's super good. It is a super good film. How about you, William? You see anything good?
I'm halfway through Stranger Things season 2.
Oh, I haven't gotten to it yet.
I don't like it so far as much as the first season. They broke it up into like arcs.
Okay.
So it's more episodic than the first one that just kind of had that one overarching story. And I just got to the point where they've named another monster, and they've also, they're trying to figure out what a thing is, and they're like, and they go to the monster manual, and they're like, it's a mind flayer. And I'm at the point where either they need to be horribly wrong about this, or they need to be D&D monsters. And then season 3 is them realizing that like Gary Gygax is the villain. Because they can't just keep happening to run into monsters that also correspond to Dungeons and Dragons monsters.
Sure they can.
No, I don't like it. Either go full D&D or stop.
Yeah, it turns out that's the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Did you watch Stranger Things?
No, I have not. My brother recommended it to me.
It's good.
And,
It's super good. I've only seen the first season, but it's super good.
Brag.
I need to do that. I need to do. I think Daredevil. I haven't seen any of the Marvel things.
Daredevil's real good. You're gonna walk out of here with so much homework.
Yeah. I need some homework. But
you said you were a D&D guy, right?
Yeah, I haven't played that in years either.
Then you'll love
You
Stranger
need to
Things.
watch Stranger Things just because I don't have time to play either, but it helps me with the nostalgia.
Yeah, in all my free time, I usually draw, and like I'll put some background noise on, and I'll usually put like a movie on or something like that. Something I've seen like a million times.
Yeah, something you don't need to be looking at the screen to know exactly what it looks
I usually
like.
put Scott Pilgrim on.
Scott
Pilgrim I've seen too many times.
Yeah.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is one of my go-tos to just have on.
Really?
I love the movie, but I've seen it so many times I don't need to watch any one part of it. I know what's happening.
All right.
This is a fun movie.
That's definitely Back to the Future for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch Back to the Future every time it's on, and I'm like, I'm reciting this. Why? It's a waste of brain space, but yeah, definitely watch Stranger Things if you're a D&D guy. It's did you watch like X-Files and stuff or anything like that?
No.
Oh, God.
I know. That's what my buddy would say to me all the time. He'd ask me if I seen something or anything, and I'd tell him no. And he's like, man, what did you do? Were you in a bubble the whole time?
Working.
Working, that's right.
How long does it take you to make one comic?
Like a page, it usually takes me about like 6 to 8 hours to, to pencil it out and then go back and ink it and stuff like that, and then scan it in and put it on the computer and put all the text in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long time, considering that's like 10% of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally understand. That being said, I will say the things that I've been watching, because you said you're a horror guy, right?
Oh yeah, I love horror.
Did you watch Cube? Because you messaged me about Cube.
I did not.
Cube is not a horror movie.
I thought it was a requirement before coming here. That and Saw.
The Saw is definitely a requirement. Have you seen Saw?
I've seen 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
All right, you're getting to the good stuff.
I haven't made it past those.
That's okay. They're really. You've passed the test. You're allowed to stay here. But I've been watching Cube, and I also watched Get Out. Did you watch Get Out?
No, that's it.
haven't
Too
seen
new
it
for
yet.
me.
You have to age horror movies before you.
Know what I saw twice? I
What'd you
saw
see twice?
My Little Pony with my daughter twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
There's a movie.
The new one, yeah.
Oh, how is it?
Magical?
It's all right.
It's okay?
It's okay.
Is it better the
Discord
second time?
In it?
It is better the second time.
Is Discord in it?
No, he is not.
That's upsetting. He's the one My Little Pony character I know.
Oh.
He's a chimera?
He's not in it.
Not really. He's like he's something strange.
Yeah,
Whatever he
he's
is.
like he looks like a bunch of monsters got sewn together.
Oh, yeah, that
And he's
guy.
Q from Star Trek.
Yes.
And that's the only reason I know anything about. Oh, and he was a big part of that documentary. The Brony documentary.
Yes.
All right. Yeah,
I'm
that was
going to talk about Get Out now.
okay. Yeah, that's right. We were doing your segment. No, I'm dying.
I know. That's I got to reel you in before your soul escapes. I highly recommend Get Out. And it's funny that you say it's too new. It, to me, is the first good modern horror movie.
Really?
Because every horror movie that's been made in the last 10 years, there's the part where they're like, I don't have any reception. Oh, no. And, like, every movie has to have that because no one knows how to write a horror movie where people have phones. Because it seems to be so easy. It's like, there's a monster, help me, somebody. And then you're okay. Here, I'll take a picture of it. This is the first horror movie that I saw where, like, the phone is, like, interweaving into the plot. Where it's like, he calls his buddy, and he's like, hey, something weird's happening here. You should probably get out. Oh, good advice. I'm not going to listen to it. So, like, his actual cell phone plays a huge role in the film, and it's something that I haven't seen horror movies do. And that's really all I can say without getting into spoilies, because it is so good.
I'll have to pick that one up.
See that immediately. It is nominated for a Golden Globe in the comedy category. Oh, it's eligible. Oh man, that's so weird.
It's better than Martian. Classic comedy, The Martian.
Did The Martian get nominated as a comedy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it won.
It is hilarious.
I mean, he makes poop potatoes, so I guess that's funny.
It's so funny. I wouldn't say that Get Out is a laugh riot. It definitely has some comedic moments to it, but it's definitely the best horror movie I've seen in quite some time. So I highly, highly recommend that. And I'm going to throw it down to Paul again and ask you what you're reading. You got any time to read?
Yeah, I just finished Bone not too long ago for the first time.
Oh, and that is a thick comic book.
It is, yes.
I just gave all my Bone comics away.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I enjoyed it. It was a good book. He did a lot up until the end, and I feel like he wrapped it up real quick right at the end. But
his hand was getting tired. It's
yeah,
a lot to draw.
Probably. He did that for what, like 12 years, I think he said?
Something like that, yeah.
I know the graphic novel stack I had was like...
I've always been too intimidated to read Bone.
I could have given it to you.
Yeah, I would still be intimidated by it.
Nah, it's a quick read.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Does he
long,
not say much?
It's long, but it's not difficult. You just burn through it in not too long.
See, I spend a lot of time with my comics when I read it.
Yeah, you like to absorb it all.
Yeah, it took me a really long time to finish Watchmen because I would just like go back and reread stuff and like put puzzle pieces together.
Noah can't just enjoy anything.
Alan Moore is intense. He's got so much text on the on each page. And,
yes,
Bone's not like that at all.
No,
my brother got me V for Vendetta. One Christmas.
Yeah, I don't like that comic.
I couldn't get through it.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. I could not get through that comic.
No, I couldn't get through that either. My buddy Alan let me borrow Secret Wars, Marvel Secret Wars, and I fell asleep like 3 times trying to read that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that and Rogue One. I fell asleep I think about 5 times trying to watch that movie.
I've
really
been trying to get my girlfriend to finish, and she really likes it. She just keeps falling asleep halfway through Rogue One.
Well, I get up at 3:30 every morning to work, so it's yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, when I get home, it's really rough.
I would understand, especially since like you know what's going to happen in Rogue One.
I wasn't 100% sure.
I mean, it's the story of a bunch of people you've never seen before. That happens in the middle of the Star Wars trilogy.
I thought maybe a bunch of Bothans would show up and like die for them, and then they'd get to.
Oh.
Yeah,
he just falls on his face and gets reconstructive surgery and changes his name to Han Solo. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen in that film.
You joke, but that probably would have been if Lucas was still.
Yeah, I can totally
piloting
see
this thing.
So, Will, what have you been reading?
So, I'm going to try to make this interesting. I went back. I read history stuff, and then I feel bad talking about it.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I read a Viking saga, an Icelandic saga called Null Saga, and it was one of my favorite books when I was a kid. And I just now realized that the whole thing is like a damning commentary on fragile male masculinity.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this whole family that's lives are ruined because they're all Marty McFly. You can't call them chicken, or it just starts these horrible blood feuds. And some of them are really dumb. They're just like, you can't grow a beard. It's like, oh, you're dead. And yeah, it's just, and that's all it is that like men are the worst, and this is really, really hurting our society. 800 years ago.
I love that this is what you choose to read.
Why?
Well, I mean, you opened with, I'm going to try to make this interesting. And you did.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm interested. It's very interesting that you're like, okay, this is like a millennia old. Dust this one off and see what's going on.
Old stories. And seeing that humans have not changed at all in 5,000 years.
Yeah. In all those books, they don't have reception, right?
Yeah, nobody's making phone calls. There's still Romans and Vikings drawing dicks on stuff.
It was never not funny to do
Yeah, it's
that.
always been funny.
It's always been funny. I started a new book, but I'm not far enough into it to really make a comment on it. But I've been reading the news about EA. Have you guys been watching the news? Oh man, you've missed out on the internet losing its mind. The new Battlefront game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It came out. It's $60 on release, but
which again, I paid for the first one, and I think I should get this one for free. Since they announced they're like, we're sorry, here's the good version. Which apparently it's not at all.
It's not. They decided that you have to unlock Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, and like anyone else that you care about is blocked until you either get enough credits through playing or you buy them. So they're behind like a paywall. And somebody did the math on it. To unlock everything, you either need to spend $2,100 or spend close to 5,000 hours playing.
Wow.
On top of that, if you play it too much, you can't get credits anymore. It's just like if you want credits, you have to stop playing for 3 hours. Or credits become available again in 3 hours. Like it's a cell phone game that you paid $60 for. So the internet went insane about this and has been just destroying and like sending death threats to people who worked on this game.
That's not the right thing to do.
So they did an Ask Me Anything on Reddit where they were like, we're going to take any questions you have about what's going on with Star Wars.
People don't like us. Let's go to the
I'm sure there was
forum
just
of
like
sensible discussion that is Reddit.
It's like I'm sure that we can work this out. And the AMA is unreadable because whenever they answer a question, it gets downvoted so much that it actually disappears off the website. So no one is getting any answers. And the too long didn't read of it was, why is everything behind these like blocks? It's like, well, when you unlock a character, we want you to feel a sense of accomplishment. And we did a lot of studies and data. And we thought that this was a fair amount to have to accomplish before unlocking it. And they were like, well, can we see the data? And they're like, no.
It's just a bunch of dollar signs on a piece of paper.
So, like, EA's response has been to, like, lower the prices on them, but not, like...
Well, what I saw was that they lowered, the however they did it, lowered the time that it would take to get them. But then they also, while doing that, lowered how much like points you get.
Yes.
For playing. So like, why?
Yeah, they took as much. Yeah, it's insanity right now.
We still looked at this data.
You said you were a multiplayer gamer.
Yes.
What did you play?
I played a lot of Battlefield.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
I like the Battlefield.
And some Call of Duty and Resident Evil and stuff like that.
Battlefield has vehicles. That's why it's better than Call of Duty.
I love Battlefield over Call of Duty. It's so much better. And
I like driving a helicopter around. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with Borderlands as well.
Oh, Borderlands is the best. I love that game. But like Borderlands, I think is a good example of like you don't have every gun when you start because there's a bajillion of them. So getting new ones is fun. Like and feels good. But with this, like to have that situation where it's like you can have it right now for $1, it feels so scummy. Because I've been playing a lot of Friday the 13th. Have you played that at all?
No.
It's super good. If you like horror and you like games that don't work perfectly, it is a great game. And one of the systems on that is each game you get XP. And you can spend that XP on basically a slot machine for a perk. So you're like, all right, it's 500 XP. You throw it in, and it's like, okay, you're now better with baseball bats. It's like, ooh, all right, I'll equip that. And while it's completely based on chance, is something that I have to like work for to get, and sometimes just totally sucks. Where it's just like, hey, Jason doesn't hurt you as much if you're next to a radio. It's like, I'm never next to a radio. there was never a time where I was like, well, this is unfair. Like, that for some reason that feels good, and what EA is doing just feels wrong.
Yeah, because like I still occasionally play World of Tanks. It is a completely free game. I paid nothing for it.
Mm-hmm.
You could play it and never pay anything, and you still get enough experience that a couple hours in, you can get the tier 5 tanks, which is the best tier anyway. Like that's where all the like the Sherman and the Tiger and all the famous tanks are. I've paid like $5 to get a week of extra experience. And that's probably about, I've spent maybe $10 on World of Tanks.
Gotcha.
And there's a couple of tanks you could just buy with money. And me and other people online harass those people.
Gotcha.
And it's fun.
Well, in Friday the 13th, there's all the different Jasons from all the different movies.
Oh, okay.
Including the Jason from the NES game, which is super cool.
Jason X yet?
No Jason X yet, but there is a super special Jason that you had to pay for. And it's Jason from Jason Goes to Hell. After he's been to hell, and he comes back with like a trident and he's on fire, and it's awesome. But not everybody has him because it was like a Kickstarter thing. So when he shows up, it's incredible. And like, even though I know I can never play as him, there's still like oh crap, it's from hell Jason. So, and I think it does a good job of actually making it special. So I don't know if it's just me getting on board with all these fans who are angry, but
I mean, it's still...
It doesn't bother me in these games, but in this game it bugs me. I don't know why.
It's also a terrible game that they want you to...
Yeah.
Jason, or Friday the 13th cost $15?
No, it was a $40 game.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
I like it less now.
I
mean, at least 40... I like the idea that some games should not be full-price games.
I agree.
That's my one gripe with Overwatch. Overwatch shouldn't cost $60. You end up spending more than that on it anyway. They could just sell it for $20.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
Blizzard. Do you have any game companies you want to crap on?
Yeah. We're tearing them down.
Not right now.
Not
You
right
don't
now?
wanna make
Maybe
it
later in the show?
No.
Well, I'm also going to ask you what you're playing. So what you playing?
Well,
You did get a Wii, right? Or a Switch?
We just bought a Switch, so we got Mario Kart, Splatoon 2, and we got Mario Odyssey.
How is that?
Oh, how's Odyssey?
It's fun.
You can get Breath of the Wild?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
You okay?
Dying.
Your throat closed?
Yes, it's tight, actually. Yeah, I wanted to ask a question and immediately interrupt the answer with another question because I was so shocked you don't have Breath of the Wild.
Oh, no, I'm going to get it. It's on the list.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Got to leave something
All
for
right.
Santa.
What was your answer to the other one?
Yeah, how's Odyssey?
Mario Odyssey is fun. I enjoy it. It's not challenging, but it's fun.
Gotcha.
I don't think it was supposed to be hard.
But it's fun, throwing your hat on like Goombas and.
What's Mario look like hatless?
He looks a lot like the thing you throw your hat on, it turns out.
You throw your hat on some Hammer Brothers and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Like, every time I see something for Mario Odyssey, I think about buying a Switch. It looks that good.
Yeah, I enjoy it. They have, I don't know if you saw from the commercials, but the New York type level they have.
Right, yeah.
That's ran by Pauline from the Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, she's the mayor now,
She is
right?
the mayor, and I was so excited to see that because I didn't know she was supposed to be in it. And then Donkey Kong kind of shows up.
New Kong City?
New Kong City is what that is called,
Yeah.
I believe. But
I'm just happy I knew.
yeah, there seems to be a lot of stuff in there that are like throwbacks. And, people say that like Nintendo systems are for younger like gamers. But no, I want to play Mario. I remember all this stuff.
I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
All
it's a good game.
All right, I'm going to have to buy it. I have to now. It's been recommended to me on the podcast, and thus I must go forward with it.
Yeah, I need to get Zelda too.
Yeah, I really want Zelda.
Me too.
Like, I know it's on the Wii U, and I have a Wii U, and I could just go buy it.
Pick it up and take it with you on the
I
subway.
know.
No.
I don't ride the subway, but what if
But
I
you
want
could.
to? What if I want to? And how's doesn't it come with like that 1-2 switch or whatever? Or do you not have that?
No, it does not. You got to buy that separately.
Drat. But how's Mario Kart on it?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it turn controls? Like, do you have to
Yeah,
motion?
you can switch it to whatever style you like playing. If regular controllers or the motion
Good on you,
sensitive.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's what we needed for quite some time. So good on you, Nintendo. It's about time. Awesome. Now I have to go spend, was it $400?
I think it's $300 now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a bargain.
Deal.
I'm saving $100 buying a Switch right now. Awesome.
You'll like games on it.
I know Christmas is soon.
No, this isn't trouble.
There may be a lady yelling at me right now, but you guys can't tell because she's not mic'd. Will, are you playing anything good?
I'm not playing anything new. I finally hooked up my Xbox Connect. As they, I think, announced they're going to no longer make them.
Now
Or
it's retro.
support them.
Now it's a retro thing.
Now I have something. Maybe I shouldn't have opened it.
Yeah.
I could sell it in a year. Oh, I'm really bad with stuff like that. I had Flappy Bird on my phone, too. You could sell Flappy Bird
I know.
phone, yeah. That was a poor financial decision.
Yeah, if Flappy Bird, PT, if you have PT on your Xbox, and if you have Scott Pilgrim, because apparently Scott. Have you ever played the Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, I
Scott
did have
Pilgrim
that.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
The
they
8-bit one?
Yeah, they took it off the store, and now like if you have a system that has that downloaded on it, your system is now worth like way more.
Wow, because I got rid of my system.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you messed up.
Yeah,
I think
sure
my
did.
360 still has it. I had Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. So
There
there's
you go.
some good
Sell my
information for you.
360. All right. The Kinect is not any more convenient than just pressing a button on a controller, but now I live in a Star Trek future and I love it.
I will say 100% of the time I used to connect, I instinctively went to Minority Report gestures. And I just felt like it worked better that way.
I would pay Xbox if they let me just say computer instead of hey Cortana.
That's good point. Good point.
But not just computer. You have to say it like Scotty in the one Star Trek movie where he talked to the mouse.
Wait, something just dawned on me.
Hello, computer.
Are you not playing any games? Are you just purely using your Kinect to start Netflix?
Yes. Well, I don't have a Kinect game. What am I going to play on? I don't want to play Xbox Olympics.
I'm just saying that's not a very good basis.
Yeah, no, it's
what that hardware does.
It's a voice command that opens Comedy Central for me, and it watches me when I sleep.
Cool.
Because it's set up directly over my bed.
And it just looks up at you. The fact that it moved always bothered me.
Does it move?
Oh, yeah. That's how it knows when you're dreaming.
Because I'm worried that there's just some super paranormal activity style stuff because it's in the perfect spot to watch me.
That was a whole plot point, right?
Yeah, they had a Connect in the third or fourth or fifth one.
One of those.
Doesn't matter.
It really
does
does
not
not
matter.
matter. First one's all right.
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to see the rest. Imagine it that, but worse.
Kind of like Insidious. The first one was pretty good.
Yep.
The second one went
Yeah.
downhill.
And then it just fell apart.
Yeah.
I think I just complained about that.
Yes, you did. Yeah. I've been playing.
Oh yeah, we're just doing this second.
Yes. I played a game called Typoman, which is great when you're dyslexic. You start off as the letter O in this land where they just throw away letters. And then you eventually find an H for legs, and an E for a midsection, and an R for an arm.
Those are the letters I would have used for those body parts.
Yeah, but then you become a hero.
Oh, I get it now.
That's and it's really good. You need to figure out all these puzzles based on spelling. So it's very hard for me.
I think you're being tricked into learning.
Yes. I would say it's an educational game if it wasn't so dark. Because fear comes to get you, and fear is legitimately terrifying. It's like a terrifying creature.
Mavis Beacon was pretty horrifying.
Mavis Beacon.
That was the typing game that was up against Mario Type.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
There was a Mario type?
You don't know Mario Type? We had that in school because
Yeah.
they knew we'd need to learn how to type.
Yeah, Mario teaches typing.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't let us have Typing of the Dead, which was House of the Dead, but you played with keyboards. You just watch a video of that because
a pretty
it
cool
is
game.
100% just House of the Dead 2, but the cutscenes with the characters, they're just holding keyboards. Oh, it's the best. But Typoman, I finished it in maybe 2 hours. It was like a $3 game.
It's a good ratio.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like the puzzles were really smart. Like for example, like the fear was coming to get you, so you had to figure out a way for to stop fear from getting you, and you only had so many letters. And I was like, okay, I can spell scary, and I can spell lie. Well, if I could take the lie and push it into scary, it makes scary alive, and it turns into bravery, and now I have bravery, and now I can get past fear. It was a lot of stuff like that. And, like, it was a way I had never, like, used my brain before, because I don't spell. So, like, it was a very unique experience. And I highly recommend it. And also, like, there's fun little Easter eggs, like, because you can make any word. And sometimes they're just like, all right,
So
good.
some of your favorite words show up.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, if you make hat, you wear a fancy hat. You can spell rave, and then the lights just start to flicker and stuff like that. So they put a lot of work into it. It's actually called Typoman Revised, because apparently they took out some misspellings that they had, which I thought it was adorable that it had. So that's going to do it for what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're playing. Oh, yeah, it's game time. We're going to play a game. We end all of our podcasts with a game. It's time for host versus guest versus audience. This week, I have this... oh, yeah, scoreboard. Let's talk about the scoreboard.
Yeah, get out of here, prize.
So we had you play the Nintendo World Championship, and you didn't make it to Tetris, but you still scored 115,610 points, and that puts you in second place.
Hey.
I want this reviewed. I don't think... I'm accusing you of cheating.
I am baffled by this.
Yeah. This seems insane, unless there's some way to be better at Rad Racer.
And, I mean, our producer, Jesse, did bring up the fact that he hit the top of the flagpole, which no one has been able to do.
Can't add that much, can it?
But like 5,000 points?
10,000?
10,000s.
I guess.
Like, I feel like most people exit Rad Racer with, like, or enter into Rad Racer. No, exit out of Rad Racer in the 90s. So it does kind of mathematically make sense. So I'm very impressed. You were second place on our scoreboard.
I'm putting in a formal complaint.
All right. They will go to the judges.
It's the review board.
I got extra points because I didn't kill any turtles.
Yeah. And you went pacifist. That's true.
That's true.
Very
All right.
interesting. Very interesting. And speaking of review, I talked to one Mr. Vlad Radinoff, and he is very upset that you told the person who's currently in first place where those coins were. And he wants to come back on the show and try to reclaim his title.
Yeah, I should stop helping
you
him.
should stop cheating.
But if I was in that position, I'd want someone to help me.
Right.
And so I'm paying it forward.
Oh, that's a way to look at it, I guess.
Like that guy that deflated his footballs for that football team that did that.
Tom Brady.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
That's the football guy.
I would have been totally against it if he wasn't on my fantasy team. Yeah, Tom. To play host versus guest versus audience, I brought this Shredder prize that we stole from a previous guest.
Nice.
Who's currently in first place in the Nintendo World Championships. We took this from John Deere. What did you bring?
I brought a little comic that I got off of Barnes & Noble.
Oh, this isn't your comic.
No, this is not my comic. Yes.
No, he's kickstarting.
I saw it. I liked the art, so I bought it, and I wasn't a big fan of it. So I brought it here.
Here's your garbage.
Yeah, garbage. Now to play host versus guest versus audience, we need an audience member, but they need to bring a prize for us to win. What did you bring this week? Is that Holiday Mountain Dew? It is Holiday Mountain Dew. Well, come on up here with your Holiday Mountain Dew.
Is it 7-Up or Sprite that has the cranberry holiday?
Sprite. I think Sprite does that.
Yeah, I like that. That's the one thing I like about Christmas.
Hello.
Yes, turn on your microphone and introduce yourself.
Is it on?
No, now it's off.
Then
Now
it
it's
was
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's on.
It was on when I got here.
Yes. Hi, how are you? Can I see your prize? Pass it down.
Well, one of my colleagues is teaching something on Icelandic and Viking sagas.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to get his book list? So
Yes.
that you can have some recommended reading.
Yes.
Cool.
There's not a lot of Icelandic sagas, and I've read all of them, but other Scandinavian stuff would be good.
If I ask my colleague, he will be so excited. It'll be like the day he found out what beer bread was.
New flavor Mountain Dew, holiday brew, ultimate holiday blend, Dew plus Code Red. It's literally just regular Mountain Dew and Code Red in the same bottle.
It's red and green.
290 calories.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Just holding it.
I'm fatter now. How? That's baffling. I think a Snickers bar is 240.
230.
Yeah. They put it on
my business to know.
Yeah, I mean, they put it on the side, and I appreciate that.
Remember when we had the Dew SA Mountain Dew,
remember that.
and it was just the voltage, the whiteout, and the Code Red just mixed into a can?
I like
you
those.
couldn't even see it, and it was surprisingly good. So maybe this will be
Tastes like
surprisingly
a rocket
good.
pop.
I'd like to sleep tonight, so I will not be trying it at any point during the stream. Also, we get sent a joke that I'm not going to read, but thank you for sending us jokes, Twitch. I appreciate it. So this is actually episode number 201 of this
Yay.
podcast. And I thought it would be fun if we played the first game we ever played on this show. Because we have not played it in a while. We're going to play a game called Known For.
Oh, no.
What's going to happen is I'm going to go on to IMDb. And IMDb, whenever you look up an actor or a director, will list the 4 things that they are best known for. Basically, the idea is if someone didn't know who, I don't know, Samuel L. Jackson was, these would be the 4 things you would say to make that person realize who Samuel L. Jackson is. What that algorithm is based on is nothing. We've done this a lot, and we've never figured out how this works. You're going to bid name that tune style on how many of the 4 that you can name. So I will bring up, again, let's say I say Samuel L. Jackson. I'll say, how many of the 4 can you name? Will give me a number, and then you will either go higher or you will challenge him to answer.
All right.
All right, is this making sense?
Yep.
All right. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, the person who challenges gets a point. So strategy is in play. Kind of. All right. So
One more IMDb credit away from being able to be a thing in this.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I got 3 now.
I was going to do Samuel L. Jackson, but a bunch of other people came up that I kind of want to do. I'd do all these Sams, to be honest.
Sam Rockwell?
We'll do Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell was the first Sam that they recommended.
I don't know a lot of Sam Rockwell's work.
Well, he's known for 4 things. Of the 4 things Sam Rockwell is known for, how many can you name, Will?
2.
2. Paul, can you go higher than 2?
I cannot.
Cannot. That is a challenge.
Shouldn't have gone to 2. All right. I'm going to go with Iron Man 2
Okay.
and 7 Psychopaths. Is he in the Green Mile?
The 4 things that Sam Rockwell is best known for are Moon.
Don't know it.
I don't think enough people have seen Moon. It's a good movie, but not a lot of people have seen it.
He had like a really good performance in it, though.
He's really good in it. That he's on the moon, and yeah, it's moon.
He is that movie.
He is the movie. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. I've never heard of that. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea that was him until
That's
this
before
moment.
I didn't know who Sam Rockwell was until Iron Man 2.
And The Green Mile.
All right.
He's the psycho in The Green Mile. So that's a point for Paul. Good job.
All right.
Who's completely baffled.
That's how a
Am
lot
I
of these points
thinking-
happen.
Of the right person when I'm thinking of Sam Rockwell?
Here's a picture of him.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, he was in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was.
He was
Hammer.
Cool.
All right, I'm actually pulling up Samuel L. Jackson this time.
I can't believe that's not what he was.
Yeah.
Can't believe that wasn't on there.
He was Billy the Kid in Green Mile, right?
Yes, Billy the Kid. He spits the moon pie. He loves moons on everyone's face.
Never
I think
seen
I would
the
put
Green
Iron
Mile.
Man 2 over Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Thank you.
Or Choke.
Wasn't
So we're going to start with Laura because Laura was not involved, and we're going to go the other way, so we'll go to Paul. And we're going to do Samuel L. Jackson. The 4 things Samuel L. Jackson is known for. How many can you name?
I'm going to lowball and say 2.
Say 2. Paul, you want to go
I
higher?
think I'd do 3.
Think you can do 3? Do you want to go for all 4, Will?
No, I don't. I'm going
Alright.
to make Paul name 3.
All right, Paul. It's all you.
Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Answer.
Black Snake Moan.
Okay.
It's not a good answer.
Snakes on a Plane.
And Snakes on a Plane. Went snake heavy.
Yeah.
You went snake heavy. The 4 things Samuel L. Jackson is known for are Pulp Fiction, The Hateful Eight,
Yeah.
Django Unchained, and Captain America.
Which one?
The Winter Soldier. I had to
that's
squint.
a good one.
Yeah, he's more important in that one.
I
I
just
would've
watched The
gone
Hateful Eight.
Avengers.
That was a boring-ass movie.
What?
What, Winter Soldier?
No, Hateful Eight.
Okay, I was real upset for a moment.
No, I
Did
thought
you
Winter
hear that?
Soldier was great.
Hateful Eight just went to Netflix, right?
Yeah.
That was like next on my
Yeah, you
queue.
can watch it.
Maybe I'll watch it next
A
week.
lot of
and we'll
people
discuss
talk in
it.
a room, so if you're
Yeah,
more into
pretty
that than
much.
I am.
I
You sure
like-
do like hate speech.
Don't say that. that's not a message I want out there.
Let's start that
I didn't
rumor.
say you. I said they.
Oh, I
in
thought-
that movie.
Okay.
By they, do you mean Quentin Tarantino?
I do. Quentin
Yeah, he
Tarantino
loves
sure likes hate speech.
Thinking he can write whatever he wants.
Does he think being friends with Samuel L.
Yes,
Jackson
he absolutely
is enough?
does think that lets him say the N-word. Yeah, it's wrong.
Oh, no, a spoiler. Everyone says the N-word a lot
Yes.
in Hateful Eight.
Spoilies.
That's the twist.
So we're going to start again with Laura because Laura was not involved in that. So that's a point for Will and a point for Paul. And we're going to go to Will because it changes direction. And we're going to do Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Marky Mark.
No, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, no, his name's Marky Mark.
I'm going to say 2.
2.
I'm going to make you name him because I don't know what Transformers were up to.
Yeah, I'm going to say Daddy's Home and
Okay.
The Fighter.
All right. The
'Cause I
four
don't know which
things.
Transformers he's in.
That's a good strategy. The 4 things he is known for are Boogie Nights,
Oh, I should have really gotten that one.
The Fighter,
Yeah.
Lone Survivor,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
and Prisoners. I didn't know he was in Prisoners.
He's not one of the top 3
Oh.
billed.
He's a producer. He's known for producing Prisoners. No,
Yeah,
he's not.
I know when my mom's like, "Who's Mark Wahlberg?" I'm like, the guy who produced
Produced
Prisoners.
You know, Marky
Hugh
Mark.
Jackman? No. Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
Paul Dano?
Produced Entourage, I think.
Yeah, Entourage should probably be on here. And Talking to Animals. So that is another point for Will. So we're going to start with Paul, and we are going to go to Will again.
Yeah.
Because it changes direction. Yeah, that's how this game works. This game doesn't work real well. This is why we don't play it often.
Now it's easy to just make people name stuff because it's hard to figure out what it is.
We're going to go with Gal Gadot. Paul looks terrified. I'm gonna give you a small hint. 0's a number. Just saying. So of the 4 things that Gal Gadot is known for, how many can you name?
I think I could do 3.
That
Dang.
changed. Like that was a big jump from having no idea who she was to
I know who
3.
she is.
Okay. All right. So Will.
See, I was hoping you were going to go low, and then I was going to get cocky and say 3. I don't know if I could do 4. Justice League's probably not on that list yet, huh?
You're not allowed to ask Alex Trebek for hints.
I
Hey,
wanted.
what letters it start with?
I was so ready to drop those movies. Name them, Paul. I don't think I know 4 things she's been in.
I know Wonder Woman,
Okay.
Good answer.
Batman vs Superman.
Mhm.
Oh,
And-
she was.
And I'm not sure which Fast and Furious she was in. 5,
6.
6.
Will we have cameras now?
Yeah, this is a weird team effort.
No, but
I'd like to
got
point,
really excited. That
I'd
I
like
got
to point it out that if you're wrong, he wins.
Yeah, it's fine.
So what was your third guess?
Fast and Furious 6.
All right.
Don't go 5, I think.
oh my god.
Try to help. 5 is
I'm
more.
gonna stick with 6.
All right.
This is why
Alright.
Vlad's coming back.
Yeah.
You
I'm
had to
I'm
help.
trying to help.
Yeah. And it just causes disaster.
Hi, Vlad.
The four things Gal Gadot is known for are Wonder Woman, Batman v Superman, Keeping Up with the Joneses, where I think she's married to that handsome gentleman. What's his name? From really handsome
Rocket
gentleman.
Raccoon.
John Hamm?
John Hamm, yes.
Nailed
Married
it.
to John Hamm. And
Bradley Cooper's who I was trying to think of.
Furious 7.
Oh, that's not the good one.
That means
I didn't mean to mislead you.
the winner through great strategy. William is our winner. Drink this.
No.
It washes away avocado.
I'm already dying.
That
I
means
want
you,
my last drink to be Mountain Dew Holiday Brew.
that means you owe us some pineapple facts.
Yes.
Oh, snap.
Good job in reminding him early. Laura, thank you so much for coming up here and cursing us with this beverage.
Okay, bye.
Paul, we got to get out of here. Anything you want to plug?
Just Griefers Kickstarter. We got 11 more days, and we still have a little bit to go. I would love to see this thing happen. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to keep on plugging away until it sticks.
Cool. What's the website?
It is griefersafk.com.
Perfect. And your Twitter?
At Griefers AFK.
Cool. Keep it simple. Keep it on brand.
That's right.
Hey, Will. Anything to add?
Yeah, once harvested, pineapples don't continue to ripen. A fully ripe pineapple is quite perishable, usually only lasting 2 days at room temperature. And this has been 2 quick facts about pineapples.
They're kind of the same fact.
Yeah, but they were on one thing, so I can just delete both of them at the same time.
Be sure to give us 5 stars on iTunes, 5 stars on Stitcher. Vote for us on podcastland.com. Make us the podcast of the month. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube and on Twitch to watch the show live. And then maybe I'll read your joke. What's the difference
It's not good. Don't read it.
between a baby?
It's like really dirty at the end.
Oh.
Stop. Because you're not going to want to read the end of it.
If you wanted to hear that joke, you had to watch live and be in the chat. It's a thing we all got to enjoy without you. We're not going to be.
Good night, everybody.
We're not going to be here next week because of Thanksgiving. So we'll have some other show, and then we come back in December with shows that I haven't booked yet. Yay! And as always, thank you for Brie Larson to making the show possible. And I don't know what street she keeps safe, but I'm sure there are streets that are safe now because of Brie Larson. The Twitter
is
sure.
not safe.
Yeah. This is the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast. Thank you guys so much.